Welcome back to my series of 200 ultra hard PMP practice questions. And this is the last of the series, questions 191 to 200. I'm Andrew Ramdiel. I am the author of the world's best-selling study guide, PMP Study Guide, PMP Exam Prep Simplified, and I'm also the creator of Udemy's best-selling course with over 350 or 70,000 plus students. Now, in this video, I'm going to be showing the questions, reading it, and answering it. What I want you guys to do is the moment you see the question, go right ahead, pause the video, and then answer it, and then go ahead, play it back, and see how you do against my answers. Let's get started. All right, 191. Here we go. On a high-stakes software development agile project, the project manager notices a pattern where numerous team members are either late or entirely miss the daily virtual scrum designed to facilitate project cohesion. What action should the project manager take to enhance the efficiency and attendance of these sessions? Work with the team to identify a project communication protocol that will work with them to ensure timely participation in the daily scrum. All right. Identify a time that could potentially increase attendance and punctuality. Transition to an asynchronous communication model to allow team members to update their status at their convenience. Solicitate input from stakeholders on efficient methods to improve team engagement and meeting with attendance. Now, it really comes down to two good questions. First of all, which one should you, there's two answers you could eliminate. First of all, which one can you eliminate? Did you get it? First one you should have eliminated was B, because you just can't identify a time for the team. It's an agile project. These are the daily stand-up meetings. The daily scrum is the daily stand-up meetings. Work with the team on this. An asynchronous method doesn't work for a daily scrum. A daily scrum technically should be a stand-up where everybody talks. It should be, if it's virtual, everybody should be there. Now, it really came down to A or B. And in this one, you're getting input from stakeholders, but it doesn't particularly say the team. Maybe you're getting inputs from the product owner, or maybe even the customers. The best answer here is to work with the team, right? Work with the team, come up with a good protocol or a set of rules that they are willing to follow that ensures that they come and show up to the sprint either on time or just showing up. So the best thing is to work with the team, not just get an input from everybody else, get input from the team in particular, making A better answer than D. 192. A project manager discovers that recent legislative updates necessitate additional security enhancement to the project. Although the development team has incorporated these enhancements without exceeding their budget, the project manager realizes that the allocated budget for quality assurance and testing is quickly being depleted due to these unplanned requirements. What actions should the project manager take? What actions should the project manager take to manage the escalating costs associated with the increased scope of testing? A. Propose a temporary reallocation of resources from less critical activities to support the expanded testing requirements. Have the sponsor analyze potential cost-saving measures within the project to reallocate funds towards the testing budget. Submit a formal change request to revise the cost based on accommodating the extra expense incurred in the testing. Adjust the project's financial strategy to ensure the newly identified testing needs are adequately funded without compromising quality. Guys, the best answer here is going to be, did you get it? Yes. So if there is something that needs the project to increase its schedule, increase its budget, it's important to get that approved. You just can't do it. That's what D is doing. You just can't adjust the financial strategy. You just can't add money to the project. And this is not a job of the sponsor. The sponsor is there to approve or disapprove, not to help you with assessment. And notice a temporary reallocation of resources. This may require a change request. The best thing here to do, submit a formal change request to update that cost baseline so you can get those testing done. C is the best answer. 193. In the development stage of an innovative mobile application, the Agile project team discovers the need for an advanced software library that wasn't initially anticipated, which is critical for enhancing the app's functionality. What should the project manager do to effectively manage this unforeseen requirement? Organize a strategic meeting with the product owner to reassess the project priorities and integrate the new software library. Update the project timeline to reflect the expected delay due to the integration of the new software library. Identify this new need as a project risk Seek immediate advice from steering committee. Delegate the task of integrating the new software library to a specialist within the project team without delay. Best answer here, guys. If there is any kind of things that needs to get added to an agile project, how do we know it's an agile project? It literally says the agile project team. If there's something that needs to get added to the agile project, and particularly something added to the scope, it must go through the product owner. They have to agree with it. They have to add it in, and then it has to be reprioritized in the product backlog. You just can't update the timeline. You would need approval from the product owner. Identify this need as a project risk. Well, you notice they need this in order to keep going forward. It's critical for it to function. The best way to get this incorporated would be to add it to the product backlog. Delegate the task. Well, you never give away your task. Never just give away your work. Making A the best answer. 194. While working on a project, the client's request for additional changes threaten to extend the project's timeline significantly. The project manager is exploring options to accelerate the project timeline to accommodate these changes, but there's concern about the potential for increased overtime for the team. What action should the project manager take to keep the team motivated despite these challenges? Offer a monetary incentive to team members who agree to work extended hours to meet the deadline, to meet the timeline. Regularly recognize team efforts, celebrate milestones to maintain moral challenges during challenging period. Reassign tasks to focus on high priority deliverable and reduce the team workload. Introduce monetary team building activities to encourage collaboration and increase motivation. The best answer here, guys, is going to be, did you get it? Yes, this is the best answer. Here's why. Now, read the question carefully. The question is, what will keep them motivated? That's the question, right? The question is, what keeps your team motivated? They may have to work overtime. Notice, introduce mandatory team building. Anything that's mandatory is probably not going to be motivating. It might lead to more demoralization. Reassign tasks to focus on high priority and reduce the team workload. Although I like this, it may not be feasible in times like this. Now, I was thinking A or B. Keep in mind, not everyone is incentivized by money. And what if it's the entire team and not just a few people? Then A is not going to work. But what you could do is celebrate milestone, recognize their effort, just try to keep them motivated, which is what B is doing. 195. In a major software development project, the project manager finds that several team members are reluctant to use new project management software, believing it to be overly complicated and not beneficial for their task. What should the project manager have done initially to facilitate the adaptation of the new software by the team? Encourage team leaders to use the software in their meetings to set an example for the rest of the team. Implement a reward system for early adapters who effectively integrate the software into their workflow. Conduct one-on-one sessions to understand individual resistance and tailor support accordingly. Organize a comprehensive training session to demonstrate the functionality and benefits of the new software. Best answer, guys, is going to be D. That is correct. Here's why. You got to read the question carefully. It says, have initially done. What you're trying to do is prevent the problem, not fix the problem. C fixes the problem. We don't want to fix the problem right now. We want to prevent it from happening. The others, no. Encourage team leaders. This is not because a team leader is doing it, doesn't mean that the other members see the benefits of it. Versus D. In D, everybody is seeing the benefits of this thing. Maybe they're resistant because they just don't know the benefits of it. Implement a reward system. Not because you offer someone a reward doesn't mean they see the benefit of it. They'll just use it just to get their reward. The best thing to do is to show them the benefit, let them see how it's going to help them, and they're more likely to take in the software, making D the best answer. 196. On an infrastructure project to upgrade city water systems, the project manager is struggling to finalize the project schedule due to unpredictable regulatory review times and potential delays in securing necessary equipment. What scheduling technique should the project manager adapt to to manage the planning effectively under these terms: roll and wave planning, backwards pass analysis, dependency structuring, lead and lag optimization. Now, notice, let's go over this here for a second. Unpredictable regulatory review times and potentially, if something is unpredictable review times, if something is unpredictable, you may not be able to break down the work. You may not be able to schedule it right away. You may not be able to build a plan right away. So you have to plan to replan. That's called roll and wave planning. You plan as time is progressing. As time is progressing, things becomes more clear. That's basically the definition of roll and wave planning, everyone. Backwards pass is to calculate the critical path. That's not going to help us here. Dependency structure is showing you what task depends on what. Is it finish to start, start to start type thing? Lags and leads shows you if there are any delays or overlap between tasks. That's not going to help us here. What we need to do is we need to understand that we can't plan for everything right away. Let time progress and then we can plan for them. 197. During the rollout of a new IT system within a large corporation, the project manager observes that discussions and stakeholder meetings are frequently derailed by a participant who can't pronounce that word right now. Stop right here. Guys, I'm way too tired on this. Into technical details irrelevant to the meeting's objectives. The behavior is causing meetings to overrun and is reducing the time available to cover all agenda items, leading to dissatisfaction among stakeholders. So let's see what's going on here. We got one team member that is going into too much technical detail that's probably not needed. What action should the project manager take to ensure meetings are more focused and productive? Emphasize the meeting agenda at the start and kindly remind participants to keep discussions on topic. Allocate specific time for open discussions at the end of the meeting to cater to additional topics. Introduce a meeting co-facilitator to help steer conversation back to the agenda when they go off course. Implement a suggestion box for topics that require further discussions outside of the scheduled meeting. This is a good question, actually, because it has quite a good set of tasks. What should you do to ensure meetings are more focused and productive? The best answer here, guys, is going to be correct. Emphasize the agenda. Say, this is what we're covering. We don't want to cover. And do this at the beginning. You may have to do this throughout the meeting, too. And tell people, hey, you know what? Let's try to stay on topic. This here would solve the problem. Although the other answers are not bad, I don't think the other answers are terrible, like a suggestion box. I'm not sure about this co-facilitator. You should be the facilitator. You need another one. And even allocating extra time at the end, although this can speed up meetings or sometimes this can make the meeting go over. So I think A here is the best answer. 198. On an agricultural development project, a key team member expresses dissatisfaction with the current risk management strategy, feeling it doesn't adequately address the potential for unpredictable weather conditions affecting crop trials. What action should the project manager take first? Implement a contingency fund specifically for weather-related delays. Consult with the external agriculture expert to gain insights on managing weather-related risks. Reevaluate the risk management plan and risk register with the entire team to incorporate feedback on the weather-related risks. Adjust the timeline and milestone to allow for greater flexibility in response to weather changes. Best answer here, guys, is going to be C is correct. Why is that? Well, if somebody brings up something to you, they're saying, hey, we're not adequately managing risk. We may not have the right responses. We're not be identifying them fast enough for all of them. What can we do? Well, bring it to the team. Work with the entire team. Let them help us rebuild maybe the risk management plan. Let them add it to the risk register and let's get their feedback in there. Let's do this first before we go to the agricultural expert or get some kind of contingency fund. Or don't just change a timeline like that. That might need a change request. So do C before you do A, B, or D. Making that the best answer. 199. A project team in a digital marketing project discovers that their key design software license has expired, halting the team work on a critical campaign visuals. What is the most effective initial action for the project manager to take? Request that the team manually sketch the campaign concepts while awaiting the license renewal. Have the team work with the IT department to renew the license. Prioritize other aspects of campaign that doesn't require design software. Coordinate with IT department promptly renew the software license. Best answer here, guys, is going to be D. Now, part of being a servant leader is removing impediments, removing obstacles from the team. This is clearly not something that's project related. This is more computer IT related, computer errors. And when you have something like that, it's your job, or it should be your job, to help remove this obstacle from the team. Remember the concept of servant leadership. So in this one here, you're telling the team this is not optimizing the work. You're not giving them the right tools. You're saying to manually do it. In this one here, you're telling the team to fix it. Prioritize other aspects. You're not addressing the problem in this one here, making D the best answer. Question 200. During a critical phase of a software development project, a key developer notifies the project manager that they will need to take an unexpected leave, impacting the completion of a crucial backlog item scheduled for demonstration in the upcoming sprint review. What should the project manager do? Insist the developer work remotely during their leave to ensure the backlog item is completed on time. Escalate the issue to senior management and demand they assign an additional resource immediately. Reevaluate the sprint goals and backlog priorities. Consult with the team about adjustments, and communicate the revised plan to stakeholders. Cancel the upcoming sprint review, stating the lack of progress on the crucial backlog item. The best answer here, guys, is going to be C. That is correct. Here's why. So one thing we want to talk about here is, you notice somebody left, right? So they need to take an unexpected leave. Don't make them work. If they're leaving for an emergency or family issues, they got to go. You can't just tell them to work remotely. That might not be possible. Just don't go to senior management and demand things from senior management. This just sounds wrong, first of all. You might be fired for that. That leaves two things. You can't just cancel the sprint. The best thing here is to work with the team. Now, you're reevaluating the goals. You're not, some people say, hey, Andrew, no, we're not reprioritizing the backlog. You're reevaluating it. The only person that can reprioritize a product owner, but you're consulting with the team, right? Maybe we need to change the sprint goal. That's within the team, so you can adjust the sprint goals, because you know what? You might not be able to get that done with this team member gone. And that, guys, ends the 200 practice questions. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this journey. Hopefully, you guys really like these 200 practice questions. It would mean a lot to me. It took me a lot of time to write this. It took me a lot of time to present it, as you can see the length in this video. If you guys really enjoyed this type of content, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel. It would be absolutely amazing. It really helps us out. It really helps us to make our content, I guess, gain a bigger audience, which would really help us out. And if you want more questions like this, check the link below. We have the TI exam simulator, the closest to the real exam. Tons of people have used it. Over 30,000 people have used that to pass their PMP exam. And also my 35-hour course, my study guide, my books are all below. You guys can all check that out. And with that in mind, guys, hopefully you guys learned a lot in this video and in the compilation of when it's a bigger video. Hopefully you guys learned a lot, and I'll see you in the next video.